Probably. Welcome to Warrior Class.
The teachers will pass.
And you will too if you pass. This is the Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes episode. If you got children, you've heard that before. You know, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
Maybe not. I mean, you're a hipper father than.
or you do the African one. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Yeah, to the front, to the back, to the left, to the right.
I've never heard
what?
I have never heard that. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I heard a song, but I don't think it good. I think I heard like a ratchet.
There you go. Where do rah-rah? Come on and dance, dance, dance. Move your body to the left. Move your body to the right. Turn around, turn around. Come on and dance, dance, dance.
But that does sound kind of familiar.
Head, shoulders. So it's head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Is that like
head,
80s?
Shoulders, knees, and toes.
90s?
No, that style is new, but the song head is head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. You got the child.
Old school
You got the child. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
That's like elementary school type stuff there.
Well, it's for the babies to have a little fun thing for them to, have fun. But black folk, we blacked it up. So head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
I'm trying to think what show that come from. I remember like a show when my daughter was little. Her doing something like that. I'm just revisiting all the little videos I got of my daughter.
Welcome new member, Brother Zach.
Yeah, a couple new.
Conte 08, Benjamin Symington.
Peace.
Peace, y'all. So we're about to get into it in a minute. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say, please hit the like, subscribe, share button. Let folks know this is what we're doing.
And subscribe.
Always subscribe. I don't know why I take for granted if they hear that they subscribe. Can you watch? No, you might be on Facebook watching this and have subscribed to Black Power Media.
Yeah, so go over to first follow Black Power Media on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and then if on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell so you get notifications and subscribe to us.
I forget. You know what? Shout out to Facebook folks that watch us live. I forget about y'all sometimes, and I know y'all did. So another thing before we get started, y'all don't see us with them a lot, so you know what I'm saying? You don't talk about it as much, but tools, make sure you're still getting your tools. Everybody should have them. So make sure you're doing that. It's my big brother calling me live. I don't know if I should take the call. No time. You don't put us on speaker like that. So yeah, I'll call you back, big brother. Make sure though, if I got kind of brother, I put his voice on speaker and say, man, you live on the show. He'll hang up and then be mad at me for the rest. Man, don't be calling me, man. He don't like me on Facebook. He don't let my mama put his pictures on Facebook. We got that type of folks right there in our family. He ain't even do that.
I have a friend that he is not on any social media at all. You can't find him. He's in the nation, high ranking. He was standing with Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan was speaking. He was up there. I said, I won't even say his name away because he'd be mad. And when he realized that the camera was coming towards him, he had his mask like around here. He pulled that mask over his face.
Wow.
He doesn't allow no footprint. I remember when not when we first met, but he got a new number, I think. And I wrote his number on the back of the notebook. And so I'm looking at the notebook for something else. He said, hold on. No sir, brother. You gotta take my number off of here. I said, nobody know that's your number. He said, shit. Somebody might.
No, that's.
You gotta take that number off.
I'm gonna chalk that.
He wasn't into nothing crazy.
For real? That's what I was about to ask. I was about to say, was that I'm gonna chalk that up to him being in.
No.
So see, yeah, my brother. Now everybody got a pass, you know what I'm saying? So when he was young, yeah, he ran the streets and stuff, but he got a job, worked 9 to 5. He just one of them people. just don't like to be on social media. He don't like people in his business. He don't want folks back home know where he live at. Don't post no pictures in his house. He just like that.
It's people like, I know his government name. You ain't just knowing his government name unless y'all real close.
I got a friend like that too.
And what was funny, now so we had this 3-story building, right? So when he first came over, I had him in the basement. Mm-hmm. We met, we chilling, talking, laughing, ha ha ha, we in the basement. Yeah, after a couple of months, then we went to the first floor. And then
he had to take
now we had tenants on the 3rd floor, but the 2nd floor, I took him into where we lived after probably a year, and I hear like sniffing, so I turned, he's crying. I said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "Man, we've known each other. I think it's about 2 years." He said, "For 2 years, and we've been tight." He said, "This is the first time you brought me in your house." I said, "Well, the whole thing is the house." He said, "Yeah, but in your living space." He said, "Damn, I know you trust me now." He was crying. I said, "Man,
that is funny."
Yeah, no,
Shout out to Yapo. Yeah, we did miss you. We did miss you.
Yeah, Yapo. I was just talking about you with my wife. I said, I get a lot of people send me writing. They say, "Hey, can you read what I wrote? My fiction thing and everything." Mm-hmm. A short story or my novel or whatever. I'll be like, shit. Okay, I'll read it. And usually it meets my expectations. It's not that great. But Yapo's work was great. Oh. I just told me and my wife just talking about that. I said, I was actually surprised, like pleasantly. Like, damn, okay, he can write.
Cool.
Yeah, so
he ain't lying if he say that, because he just wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I just right, exactly.
I tell him to say that all the time. I ain't like that. I just won't say that. Now, I want to shout out a friend because you said that. I've been knowing this dude, I say maybe about 5-6 years. He's a media person for Hip Hop Is Real. He does a lot of the interviews and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And his name is No Bars. And it's I think it's like Mapule or something on Instagram or whatever. But I don't know his real name. And he don't know mine because we met on social media, so people call me Rock and all that stuff, and So finally, I even Billy, I was like, "Hey, so man, just in case, because we meet up when he comes in town and go to some of the battle rap events." Mm-hmm. So I'm like, "Yo, by the way, my name Billy," and he ain't texting nothing back. He's like, "All right, that's what's up." He never texts his name. So shout out to No Bars. I don't know your name, and nobody in the business knows his name. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna press him. It's cool with me, and that's how he runs.
Now, if it's your child about to date, whether it's a man or woman, whoever they date, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Get their name.
Yeah.
My niece was assaulted by this guy a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I won't say which niece. I just said my niece, right? I have several. I was assaulted by this guy. She had been dating him, right? But she didn't want to take it to that level he wanted to. Well, like, what's his information? Trying to get his information, and she doesn't know. And we just thought she may have been lying. She just said, "I don't know his last name. I don't even know his first name is his real first name." And so I talked to my daughter. I said, "Be careful." I'm talking about the thing. She said, "Yeah, that's why I was on her cousin. I was on her about, you don't know this man's real name. You don't need to be with him." She been with the dude over a year. She doesn't know his goddamn name. She don't even know the first name he gave is real.
That's how this. I'm not gonna say this generation. It's like that's how this world kind of can be. If you ain't moving right, you'll just his name Ashe. I hate that. Whoever made that name for Power on Power, you are the lamest person in the world.
Is somebody with the name Ashe on Power now?
No, that's their middle name. Like his name is Ronald Ashe Jenkins or something. Like that's how bad they want you to know that he conscious. I hate whoever did. I don't.
Yeah, that's whack.
I just like
that's whack to do that.
But yeah, no, people moving away were like, my name, my rap name was Elohim. You know what I'm saying? And I know people right now been knowing me about 10 years, don't know my name. You know what I'm saying? And I've been with women and we've been dating and they call me E and they think that's short for Elohim. And it just goes just like that. And a year, 6 months might go by. And then when they try to like, hey, you know, this is a serious relationship. It's a serious relationship. What's my last name? You even know my name?
Right.
Like, that's a lot to think about.
That's a wild job.
Gotta watch how we move, especially, you know, we gotta have our daughters and our sons, you know, we gotta have them to know to move respectful. But our daughters, we can't let them, you know, you can't let, it's a lot of okie doke out here if you're not wise to it.
If you're in a relationship, know your, I'm not talking just you, I mean adults. Know your partner's politics, know their favorite color, what they like to eat, don't like to eat. Know these things.
It definitely matters if you're interested in the person.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're in a relationship.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're in a relationship, you're not interested. That's sad.
You know,
I ain't say, you know, y'all just knocking boots or whatever. You're in a relationship and you're not interested in this person's life and interest, all of
you're
that.
in it for the wrong reasons, which I believe a lot of people in relationships for the wrong reasons.
And you don't have to be into what they're into, but damn, at least know what they're into.
You should know. You should care. You should care what they're
into.
You might not care about it.
If you don't know the person you're in a relationship with, birthday, not good. If you are just somebody you want to marry or are married and you don't know their parents' birthday, it's not good. This is what you need to know.
Yeah, you need to know the people. You need to know your friends and your family. I'm gonna tell you something hurtful. This is for fathers coming on Mother's Day. So I must have spent like for us fathers that don't live with our children, the time their development things can change really fast. And so from one birthday to the next, you know, a year ain't nothing for us. But for a child, it's a long time. So my head was down for like a year, just, you know, trying to work and get myself together. And I wasn't there all the time. It was, people know me. I mean, I was never like away. You know, I'm there. I'm picking her up at least once or twice a week. But it's not the same. I'm not drilling. My mind is on other things. I'm picking her up. She's in the house, but I'm not engaging so much. And I don't realize it until her birthday comes and her mom has this game. And the game is for the people. It's not for my daughter. It's for the people at the birthday party. And it's how well do you know her?
Wow.
And of course, I beat her friends out. But the stuff I didn't know was hurting my feelings. Nobody ain't know, like, what's her favorite color? What's her favorite color? I'm like, so. That's when I was 12, 14 now. Like, oh, okay. Her mama knew everything. I felt bad as shit. So, you know, sometimes the whole point is that you got to stay engaging too, you know, especially with your children. You think you know your children, but things change. And your child might be the same. That 12-year-old ain't the 16-year-old. Different animal.
Yeah, do you all know your significant others or your children's blood type? Accident happening in
Yeah, of course I know my blood type. Texas, right?
Greetings, family.
Women,
you know, I'm lucky.
Hold up. Does your child know their blood type?
Yeah, all my children do, right? That's something like real important to them.
Okay, I'm gonna ask
It
my
became
daughter
like an important thing. Like it's almost like if you ain't got daddy's blood type, you ain't shit. It's kind of that kind of thing.
Oh my God!
So everybody, all of them have my blood type. All of them are whatever it is. I won't say whether it's positive or negative.
I'm doing this on the spot. I got to know. I don't know my daughter's blood type. But
besides not ever letting someone get you in a chokehold and choking you lifeless. Now so we're gonna talk about that a little later too.
Hello.
Get you in a chokehold and choking you lifeless.
Daughter,
would there have been a way for Neely to break that?
I have a question for you.
Understanding that two others.
Do you know your blood type? Oh my goodness, I have failed you. I gotta ask
you
your
know
mom.
her blood type?
Okay, bye. I'm gonna ask your mom. Don't say that.
Peace is good to
All
see
right,
you.
I'll talk to you later.
We'll deal with that a little later.
Yeah, sorry, I just had it. This is safety and security right here. I should know my daughter's blood type.
Do you know your own?
Yeah, it's O negative.
You should know that.
I think I have the generic blood type. I'm pretty sure that's what I got. The generic black person blood type. It's O. I think that's what it is.
O and O negative or O positive, right?
Yeah.
So both my parents were O, right? So it just it had to be. I was gonna be an O blood type. I have my father's blood type. All my children have my blood type.
I feel so bad right now.
So now my wife's blood type is totally different, but there was no way my children were gonna have her blood type.
Hey, do you know?
Your blood type is rare?
No, my blood type's not rare.
Oh, it's not rare.
No, it's O.
You said what?
That's the original.
That's the most common. Oh,
that's the original. I'm the magnanimous crocodile.
All right.
Not just the lamb. I'm the magnanimous crocodile.
It could be a reverse situation.
So,
don't worry about it.
Greetings.
How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I know her blood type. I'm just not telling you because you need to find out. No, seriously, I don't know her blood type. We need to figure this out.
Just call the practitioner.
Okay.
Something they're good for.
I'll call you back.
You always have to talk to the doctor to get it.
All right.
Whoever her practitioner is, and you know who her medical practitioner is.
Yeah. Doctor. Yeah. Come on now, don't play me. I know where the place is. How about that? Okay. I'm keeping it real with you. I know how to get there. All right. I don't know the doctor.
Yeah, I said my blood type is the type I like to keep inside my body.
Yeah, that's the best type.
Ooh.
Right.
Hey man, that's a real question. So of course you know your son's blood type, right? Oh! We got her.
Do you know your blood type?
I know my blood type.
Oh, you're so selfish.
Do you know his father's blood type?
No. I do not.
I don't know my mom. I don't know nobody's blood type. Oh my God! Thank you for this.
You got AB.
This is supposed to. I believe it.
AB positive or negative.
I believe it.
Why you say that?
It's kind of rare.
Because y'all going got one of the AB positives or negatives, and I know which one. Like I don't say which one. I don't know what.
So why does it?
Yeah.
Why does Dialogon having that mean that I have it?
Because whenever she do something, and I say so, you defend her.
That's
all like that.
That's a good one.
And I bet you I'm right.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's in the blood. Now we had a discussion earlier today, me and the wife, about astrology. But somebody asked, do you all believe in astrology? Astrology is not African.
On the show,
right. Astrology on African spiritual resistance. Astrology is not African, but it's undeniable. There are things. When I meet Pisces, there are things that we're very much alike.
We're gonna hold it. Astrology is not African. I thought everything was African. Yeah.
There are people who say that. I be cracking up when people say that. But a sister went off on me. I said, she was saying something about ninjutsu being African. Something on my page.
Oh.
I said, no, sister. I said, it's not. That's Japanese. And they were paid assassins. I'm sure in somewhere in Africa they had paid assassins.
Yeah.
But to have a whole art around that, I don't think so. Right? So she said, I think you need to, and certainly wasn't called ninjutsu.
Oh, I remember.
She said, I think you need to rethink that.
Right.
Boom. I said, excuse me. She said, because Tariq Nasheed said that. I said, I don't give a fuck what Tariq Nasheed said.
If that's the case.
I don't give a fuck what he said. Now, and then I said, I only been training. At that time, I've been training, I think about 48 years, right? 47. I think it was 47. So I've only been training 47 years. It's over 50 now. But, I've only been training 47 years. So I probably, You could be right. I don't know everything, but goddamn it, I know more than Tariq Nasheed.
Well, what she probably was talking about was Hidden Colors. That comes from Runoko Rashidi. And Hidden Colors.
And you know, Runoko Rashidi has passed, so I won't say nothing about it.
And he may be.
But as far as Runoko Rashidi with martial arts, Runoko Rashidi is brilliant.
Yeah, in history.
Right, but his knowledge of martial arts. In fact, a brother said, "Hey, can you tell me about the Maharaji, whatever the heck it's called, Indian
Do you know my blood type?
empire where they did
My blood
African
type.
martial arts? Can you speak on that?" And
I said that.
now this is at
So
Runoko Rashidi's
so
lecture.
you're
He said,
gonna
"I don't
tell
know
me
nothing about
because
that.
I don't know my blood type.
I mean, the way he cut him off,
I don't know.
the brother who was talking about it, the way he cut him off, I'm like, damn."
So
People were laughing. It all made the brother like he was ridiculous.
Right.
But this brother's a martial artist who deals with martial arts from that area and era.
Right.
Right.
And Runoko Rashidi
And
used to be involved kind of heavily with the Indian
And so he should have known.
Right. That
But
area.
he's not concerned about martial arts. And that should have been something that would concern him. But he's so unconcerned. Now, he was in the history strong. He should have been like, well, let me look into that, brother. Yeah, he bad. He should have been like, let me look into that, brother. He was just like, man, I don't know nothing about that. Just dismissed him.
Shout out to him.
I mean, people tend to be very dismissive of the importance of martial arts.
Yes.
I don't know that.
I said
because
one time,
everybody thinks it's
he
karate.
followed me. He was on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
He used to follow me, and he said something about martial arts in Africa or something. And I said, I'm not sure if that is, and he just unfriended me. I was like, he ain't got time to mess with no young folks talking crazy. Ashra Kwesi got people saying, he says it's Mantu arts. It's not martial arts, because martial arts deal with Mars. Mantu means man, just so you know. But it cannot be Mantu arts, because Mantu is from an African language, but arts is not. It's got a Greek root, and it's an English word. So when we're saying martial arts, that's not African, that's not Greek anymore. The world says it, but when we say, and if you wanted to be technical, you say martial arts to somebody from at least West Africa, they're going to think karate, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo. And you say, take me, I want to see African martial arts. They're going to take you to a school. You go to Nigeria and ask that. They're going to take you to a Nigerian taekwondo school, because they do not call their war arts martial arts. They call it wrestling. Wrestling in an African mindset is to put somebody on their back, belly, or side by any means. So if I throw explosives, I put you on your back, belly, or side. You're certainly going to be on your back, belly, or side. Shoot you with an arrow, a pistol, throw you, knock you out. I've rendered you more vulnerable to being finished. That's the whole thing about wrestling. That's why African wrestling ain't no pinning you down and shit. Right. If both your hands hit the ground, your head hits the ground, your back hits the ground, you're considered finished. Because if I throw you that way, I'm going to certainly finish you after. That's why that whole thinking is there, right? So it ain't Mantu arts, martial art. People know what martial arts is when you say it. So it's martial arts. We do semantics all the time. Look, we need to have mouths on our neck right here, tattoo, because mother be talking out the side of the goddamn neck. Now, only for us that used to say that back in the day.
No, all black folks everywhere say that. Now,
we used to do like this. Talking too much.
Just Mantu arts, whatever you want to call it. If you say martial arts, people know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. That's
we say self-protection. I remember when I was in the interview with Rascal Ross, he said, well, we got to, redefine it, Baba. And I agree. We self-protection, I say that as much as possible. But I also put self-defense in our stuff when we're trying to promote ourselves, because people know what self-defense is. Self-protection, they might know what the hell you're talking about. So you got to use
the common
right. You got to meet people where
Reason
they
why
at.
I say
Okay,
black-
you're trying to meet our people.
Reason why I say black and then folks, we ain't black, so-called, we so-and-so. So a lot of times when you see my post and I say so-called black folks, first of all, I don't get that from anybody here. That came from Elijah Muhammad. That's where I got it from, because he even understood you may want to say something else. Okay, well, we understand that this people not nationally, but globally recognize that term. So it's a way for me to cut through all the foolishness. And sometimes we gotta be more understanding, and our ego sometimes wants to stick out so much that
with me, if a person not a neophyte, if I say black and they talking about no, we Moors, get your ass away from me. I don't have time for that bullshit. We indigenous. Yeah, I know. Because we're Africans. Africans are indigenous to that land.
We're not Africans,
but you can be kidnapped and brought somewhere else, right? But get your ass away from me with that shit. I'm too old and too focused on us and our mission. I ain't got time for you with your little idiosyncrasies and shit like that. So you can take your ass on with your big old fast shit and take that shit somewhere else. Now look. Hey, look! I said it. I said
we love all our Moorish brothers.
We spoke Hebrews and slaves. We were Hebrew Israelites.
Now, as far as the Judeo-Christian religions, we were Hebrews before we were Muslims and stuff in the United States.
Shalom.
We certainly were that. There were more Hebrews. It was more popular than and Islam really didn't take a hold until Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad really made that popular, Islam.
No doubt. That's real.
Wow.
Now, but I love you. I don't care what you call yourself, but you talking all that bullshit. Get the fuck away from me.
Right. It's hard. I got somebody at work like that. She's like always putting me onto this really elementary knowledge. And I'm just like,
compartmentalized knowledge.
Right. And correcting me.
I just want to say my blood type is O. My mother did know my blood type.
Yay!
I told her congratulations, she's a better parent than I am. But I just want to encourage y'all seriously. I'm glad we had that little conversation. I mean, it seems like we could be talking crazy. Know your blood type. Know the people you love. Know their blood type.
I thought their blood type was RH. there are people with RH blood type. That means their blood type. That's the rhesus monkey.
Right.
So none of us here sitting here is going to have RH blood type.
Isn't the one? Don't they call one? Isn't one called golden blood too? Is that the one?
No, that's the golden child we sitting.
I'm not joking.
He got gold blood.
40 to 50 people that ever existed had this blood type that's called the golden blood. I think it might be the RH, but I don't know. They nicknamed it the golden blood. I just was seeing that. I just saw it yesterday. I thought you were about to say something. Somebody look this up so I'm not crazy. Golden blood.
That's a spooky as talking about.
It's not real gold, but they called it the golden blood type.
Conspiracy blood.
That would be cold. They had gold blood. Boom! It turned to gold. The man with the golden arms.
You'd be in my basement with an IV hooked up to a dripping body.
You sell it, making a mint off that mark.
Your tools. Don't forget your tools, everybody. I see everybody in the chat. Like, share, and everything. Remember, this is, pick up your tools. Order your blades. Order your whatever it is that you need.
Mine said hashtag soda. Yes, hashtag soda. Solidarity of displaced Africans. And that's all we gotta have.
I thought it was Autos or whatever.
No, that's ADOS. And so Jared Ball, Dr. Jared Ball I think he's the one that did a hashtag soda, like a playoff with the ADOS.
Okay, cool. Because I get
solidarity of displaced Africans. We all are that.
Yeah.
So let's have solidarity, right?
I don't know. I'll be thinking agents and stuff make up this stuff just to create some foolishness, man.
I used to think, man, this is more agent shit, and it may still be, but really,
just lame.
We so lame. Yeah, a lot of us so lame, man. That agent Agent say, let me get us a little nudge, and we just go with it.
Jump off the cliff.
Right, we just go with it.
I believe it because.
So then from ADOS, you had Tarika. She created another thing, fundamental black. Something.
No, I don't know.
Because being black is so, regular black is so boring.
Hey y'all, all right, y'all, hey, all right, hey.
We just had some family come in, y'all.
Yeah. Nathaniel Leroy Turner said he does not regret it. Do not regret what? Soda. I went on a search for diets appropriate for my blood type. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I do not regret it. Yeah, so
we got
I know some people. So one of Lil Fella, we be talking about Lil Fella. He got into diet based on his blood type.
Is that why he eat Cheetos?
And well, no.
You talking about that's the other little fella.
No.
You say Lil Fella?
Yeah.
Okay,
so and crystals and stuff.
Right. That's why she couldn't.
That's growing up in the hood. I grew up in the hood.
Right, okay,
I grew up in the hood too, but so I'm trying to give him an excuse. But anyway, so he started. He was, teaching on that, right? I'm like, oh shit, Kool-Aid. Oops, sorry. Lil Fella teaching on that, like, oh shit.
Teaching who?
Us. He was talking about
okay.
surprise. Because this is a man who told us his favorite restaurant was McDonald's.
Yeah.
So he changed the whole thing around, right? And then he's like, and I drink coffee now. I said, well, whoa. I'm trying to. I'm a coffee snob. I make coffee at the house for folks, and he's like, I don't drink coffee, Baba. You know that. So I said, you've been telling me for years. I've known the man, over 20 years. You've been telling me for years you don't drink coffee. Now you're drinking coffee now.
Oh,
now you're drinking coffee. Now you're talking about for my blood type. Now you're talking about flat whites and shit. A flat white is if you drink that, which is my favorite form of type of coffee, right? Which is type of a latte, if you will. All coffee, either coffee or it's espresso based in this the latte family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So flat white, you're a real coffee drinker. You drink flat white.
Oh wow.
Because that is probably the strongest you can get.
Lattes.
So and it's the smoothest.
As far as the flavor, or as far as the caffeine content?
As far as the caffeine, I mean, they got shit that's insane. You can get stuff at the secret menu at Starbucks called cocaine, which is goddamn 5 pumps of espresso in a small cup. Now I ain't touching that. That's too much.
It's actually called cocaine, or
they actually call it cocaine on their secret menu. Yes,
Starbucks.
Your heart.
Interesting. Starbucks.
Yeah, that's too much. You might have a heart attack. That level of caffeine.
Yeah, I had
you certainly gonna be
with like 2 shots of espresso in it. Years ago, I was so tired from working. And it scared me. Like I tried to take a nap and I just couldn't sleep. I was, this was like a while after I drank it. But
I could take a nap.
I could feel my heart fluttering.
Well, see, I could take a nap. I drink coffee a lot, right? But for coffee drinkers, if you ever want to feel what she was feeling, which that sounds strange, but you were high.
Right, yeah.
If you ever want to get high off of coffee, stay off of it for 30 days, 90 days is better, and then drink it again, and you respect coffee again. Real coffee, not no bullshit. Don't get no, you buying, let me buy some caramel coffee, and you say you're being fancy because it's already ground. Don't get no ground coffee from no store. Grind the coffee yourself.
So the coffee I get from the racetrack.
That's totally.
They grind the beans. They have a machine that grinds the beans for you while you're standing there, and then it brews the coffee.
And it's a certain flavor or something.
It's the one I get is the hazelnut, but they have other kinds too. I haven't had coffee in. Well, actually, no.
And they actually grind the beans at racetrack. Racetrack is a
machine.
Gas station.
You got to see the machine.
Right, racetrack or what's the other? Hey, y'all, see y'all. And cute. What's it?
Hey,
it's a Q-tip.
Quick Trip.
Yeah, Quick Trip.
But they don't.
I'm leaving on it. You know. No, she didn't know. I didn't know.
She didn't know.
You know all
Yes,
this.
yes, sir.
Only because they're his. Terrible.
All right.
But Quick Trip doesn't have the grinder.
No.
Racetrack has the grinder.
Racetrack is no level of gas
If you
station.
really need
Yes.
coffee, you don't get your coffee from the gas station. You don't get your drugs from the gas station. That's bad to do. Don't
Drug?
get any drugs from the coffee's a drug. Just
Hey,
don't get any
no.
drugs from
Coffee
the
or
gas
any
station.
other
It's bad.
drugs in the gas.
If you
I brought
smoke
you some
weed,
racetrack coffee one time.
you smoke weed, don't get
Yeah, I drank it out of that's bad because I love you. So I drank it, but I was sitting there like, man. Now one time, Belay brought me some coffee.
I mean,
This
no.
was years
I
ago.
bought you some. What's that? Like that Spencer Bass shit. Whatever that latte.
Yeah, latte, but you brought it from like a latte machine.
No, I got that from. This was 640, 840, whatever.
Oh, you got that's right. From,
Yeah, when you said you was
620
talking about the
West.
coffee, I'm trying to
Yeah,
impress
so
him.
he brought it. So I said,
Before he fucked with me like this.
but right. So I'm looking like, no.
And
So,
other people knew.
Right.
Like, he was looking like, And I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? Well, I bought you some coffee. I heard you talking about some type of lot. I don't even know what coffee is. Something you was just talking about.
it was a dirty chai you brought me. Actually.
That's what it was. Chai.
So a dirty chai. Chai means tea. So saying chai tea is redundant, but
I didn't know
it's
that.
chai from India, right? And so it got cardamom, cinnamon, vanilla in it. And then dirty chai, they give it a shot of espresso in there.
Mm.
So, that was nice. That he did that. But I wasn't just drinking for somebody handing me something.
See, I was just somebody right there.
You weren't just somebody, but,
It was cool with you like that.
Right, certain levels of it, right? So my mother one time said, "Yeah, baby, get some coffee." Pushed on the shelf. Mom, what you doing? Nah,
The first time, he don't even know, the first time I got him some water and he actually took it, I cried on the inside.
and I thought about it when you brought it to me too.
I think
said,
about it every time
That's
I
one of
get
your
him something.
taboos, right?
No, it was, but it's not now.
Okay.
So, but when he gave me that, he drove me home. I said, "Here, drink that." He said, "I don't drink, coffee." Or
I didn't get what he was trying to say.
I said,
You gonna drink this?
"Yeah." I said, "Taste it."
I'm not even there. Okay, I'm not even thinking. Wait a minute. Like, oh man, that's sad.
Oh boy, yeah, that's how that's how I run.
That's
If
how
I
you
meet some of
show
y'all, I love y'all, but I meet some of y'all. You say, "Here, we know you're a coffee snob. I went up to the mountains of such and such in South America and brought this back." I'm like, you drink that. You drink that.
Messing with you.
I'm not gonna drink it.
Specs in it. Cost me $700 from the store.
Yapo said, when I was a child, my mom worked as a maid at a hotel. She would bring us coffee and sugar she'd get from work. We were poor, so we'd have rice and coffee, toast and coffee, and so on.
Man, y'all were doing it like grown folks.
He says, so not only were we still hungry, but we were wide awake.
Wide awake and hungry. Like, God damn it, I'm hungry.
In the hood, you actually
Right.
When you was
She did the
when you
best
was
she
poor,
could.
you was
Much
hungry. You
love.
really did go to
We
sleep.
go to sleep, yeah.
You would go to sleep hungry. Like that's what.
Happy anniversary to your mom, Yapo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sorry, excuse me. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Y'all, I hope if you didn't put that in something, I'm going to steal that and put that in some comedy. We were so cold, and then we all we gonna fuck was coffee.
And we just wide awake, realizing and still hungry.
We used to have tea and popcorn. That was the only thing that we could have without asking, because those were like the two cheapest things you could buy at the grocery store. So they would have that bag 100 of Lipton tea bags for like 50 cents or something like that. We could drink all the tea we wanted, and I knew how to pop popcorn when I was like 7 or something like that. So that's what, like, after school when we were at home,
Y'all make me feel
we
privileged.
were drinking tea.
I'm poor as shit, but
7 years old drinking cups of hot tea.
now my mother was big on you never go to. She grew up 12 siblings, okay, and my grandmother and grandfather fed the whole neighborhood. So she was like, everybody gonna eat. So everybody gonna eat no matter what, right? So she made sure we ate like that, and then me being a person that just ate so much goddamn food, because I had such a high metabolism, I was an athlete, and I was always hungry. So in between, she was like, I'm not making you no sandwich. You ain't making no sandwich. This meat for tomorrow for lunch. So she let me do the bread though. So I make me a damn mustard sandwich.
You gotta dole it out for young men. I mean,
sir, you were singing to my little caffeine junkie heart.
Now Kool-Aid. If you drink, you might as well drink coffee. Kool-Aid got so much sugar. My wife made some Kool-Aid. So my wife grew up in the projects in Atlanta. Now, ain't nothing compared to the projects in Chicago, but it's still the projects, right? But so she makes project level Kool-Aid, which is you take that one pack of Kool-Aid and a whole bag of sugar. I'm looking. I said, okay, I know she's gonna stop pouring the sugar in this. I said, dear, goddamn, that's a lot of sugar, dear. Hey, dear. She said, it's gonna make good Kool-Aid. Just watch. So she, then she put some water in the Kool-Aid, but using goddamn, alkaline water. Of course, she's health conscious. So she, and so she made
white sugar.
White sugar. Well, she eventually elevated to raw sugar in the Kool-Aid because consciousness. So we drinking. I said. So she said, it's good, taste it, baby. And it was, she had put it in the freezer, so it was cold. I drank it. I said, God damn, it is good, but I know I'm dying right now inside. I said, dear, you couldn't pay her to do that now. But back then, when we first got together, I was like, I'm gonna drink this shit because it's nice and cold, it's hot, and but right now, I just lost about probably 2 years of my life, so we ain't doing this shit no more.
No one should be drinking Kool-Aid in this day and time.
No
one should be drinking. No black folks should be drinking Kool-Aid.
Talk to your people.
Yes.
Drink some juice. Drink some juice.
I just drink. I don't care. It's pink, purple juice, whatever. But the Kool-Aid.
Purple juice sound like some alcohol or something.
I don't know what purple juice. But purple drink. That's what.
Purple drink.
Purple stuff.
You're drinking lean.
Look, I don't. No. Kool-Aid and table salt. Just get away from Kool-Aid and table salt, man, and y'all be all right.
But they're saying something bad about the
pink salt.
Pink Himalayan salt now, man.
It's not the Himalayan salt, it's the pink salt. And this was messed up. This is what I thought about. Think about this. These folks knew way before they said anything. And I'm going to tell you why. A year ago, I started wondering, why is pink salt in the Dollar Tree?
Right.
Big bag, and it was the fancy bags in the Dollar Tree. At the same time, you go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and they got all this gourmet grain, the kind you grind for really, really cheap, but just the pink, not the white. That went on last year, all year. They was getting their stuff out, dumping their product out because they knew the information was coming out. That's how they do poor people. It just dumped it all in at the Dollar Tree. That is messed up.
That is finest.
As soon as they announced it, I was like, it hit me. Like that's what I saw. And you cannot really find the white kind like that in those same places. You got to go to the grocery store to get the white.
Like sea salt.
Yeah.
I manifesto. That's a great point too. Hot dogs and fried bologna. That's the next on the list.
So
first Kool-Aid. Get the Kool-Aid and the table salt.
Get off bologna.
Well,
Kool-Aid
now
at the same time, they'll hurt you.
The hot dog, the fried bologna.
What was the fries?
My children, well, I call it a jailhouse, right? And so my wife put a ban on that shit. So I got beef bologna for them, right? And so I'm frying it. That's the only way they would eat that shit. That's the only way I would eat it. I'm frying it. My wife can't eat organs. It's taboo, so she ain't eating that. Yeah. But so I'm frying it up, and they would come to me, Daddy, my son, Daddy, can we get some jailhouse? I said, jailhouse?
Oh my
said,
God!
What are you talking about? I said, they're talking about the fried bologna, the jailhouse. So I I used the iron.
Right.
Fried up jailhouse.
Right.
And I used the wax paper. I fried up. My wife's looking. So she let me give it to him. She's like, "Don't ever do that again. We're not giving them that." And they're enjoying jailhouse.
And the funny thing is, if you remember, before the George Foreman, they made a little press to make that. Really? To make the jailhouse sandwich, they made a little press. Yeah,
so you don't have to use iron.
Yeah, they made a press for that. Like, yo, that's what we like. Just get an iron, the same thing.
Yeah, just get an iron. But don't get an iron.
Don't eat bologna.
Don't eat bologna. So my wife, was like, no.
It's a
now it's funny. Jamie, my 14-year-old, she will not eat no type of sausage. Even you talking about it's a vegan sausage or something. She hates sausage. She ain't eating that, and that's organs too. Now my wife loves hot dogs. I said, dear, hot dogs are organs.
Yes, sir.
Hot dogs is organs.
It's whatever.
Whatever. So she said, all right, well, I get the vegan one, and so I said, so you just got to get the vegan substitute, and all it takes somebody to drive out of Varsity. You tell them stop to get them hot dogs. You might as well let me get a children jailhouse then. It's same drive. You can't eat no organs, and so some of the stuff we love. It's hard for us to let go.
Don't love us.
Right. Don't love us back. So just remember that. I don't preach a lot on what not to eat because I know during survival, we may have to eat certain things. So I have experimented on that. I'll eat certain foods, say, okay, if I just found this, right? It had a detriment on me. I tried a certain type of food, said, well, that's all that's out there. What if I eat it? Now, I can't eat. I don't eat chicken. I'm not going to do that. Unless, so that's for a spiritual reason now. And we're probably going to teach on this too about your taboos. Your taboos, if you have to survive, Ifa says that you can break that.
Right.
If you can't eat snake and you ain't eaten 10 days, there's a snake going by and you let that motherfucker go by, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
You don't let yourself die. Okay.
Yeah.
You survive and then you get back at it.
Right.
But
it's like if you have a taboo.
Right. Because if a pig, I've been eating pig in over 30 years. Yeah. If everything fall down, and it's a pig running the street because it done got out of somebody's yard.
I'm on his ass.
I'm killing that mug and run over there. I'm gonna barbecue because everything tastes good barbecue. I'm gonna barbecue the mug and tear that mug up with no guilt.
That's just how it's gotta be.
Probably be throwing up and crapping my guts out, but goddamn it.
Every now and then when I put fried chicken on my shrine, my ancestral shrine, I get a fried chicken, macaroni, and yams. I would still eat a piece, not all the time, but I'll still eat a piece of chicken just because I don't ever want to get to a point, if I have to have some meat, then I'm going to get and be sick. Mm-hmm. So I'll make sure, every now and then that I do eat a piece of meat and stuff like that.
And on the other spectrum, listen to your body. Like I used to be called, when I was in the nation, they called me Sweet Daddy Muhammad because I eat so much sweets. He said, that's why you ain't got no teeth. No, that's not. They probably contributed to it, but there's times me and the wife are going through the store and my daughter said, can we get such and such? And it may be a sweet, but not, not bad. As far as sweet, it makes me nauseous. And so I listen to my body. And so anytime you talk about something sweet, or talk about meat, I get nauseous, right? Mm-hmm. And so I know I'm not touching that. One time we went to a restaurant and it was vegan, everything vegan on that menu. I want to vomit. Just looking at it, I said, God damn. So all I ended up getting was something to drink. Because every time I look over at the food, I'm gonna throw up.
I've had that happen.
So I listen to my body because your body's telling you don't need that shit right now.
That's important. It's these little cookies, Nature Bakery. Is that what
I think it's Nature's Path or something. Or maybe
something
it's
like that. But they're these raspberry, blueberry. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, it is Nature Bakery, right?
So they're real popular.
Fake cookies.
Fake cookies.
Right. I told her this and I tell everybody this. The first time I ever tasted one, it immediately made my stomach hurt. But I like the taste so much that I would keep eating. Wow. And I would buy them for like 2 years until one day I bit into one and I got sick.
And they have them on set a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got and I got sick, and I was like, yo, why am I doing this? And the first time, like, and I'm still trying like that. You're right. You force yourself. A lot of times we ignore certain things, that initial feeling that we get.
Because of the flavor.
Right. We override it for flavor, for desire. I'm going to tell you, we do that with overeating big. And we can get off this, but I just did it last night. I'm like, I'm full. It's like I don't have to eat, but I ain't had enough sweets yet. I haven't had enough like to suffice me for the bill, you know what I'm saying, to go to sleep. So I'm gonna eat something else to say just fulfill my quota. Like I did that last night and felt bad. It was some vegan foolishness.
But this one doctor whose name escapes me, but it's a brother. He says the parasites speak to us.
Exactly.
And so they're telling you to eat this shit. You know, it's jacking you up or whatever, right? And so it's telling you, so it's affecting your brain. I'm like, damn. And so I was telling my daughter, she said, you mean what is like the cordyceps? Cordyceps fungus? And she's into the cordyceps from watching The Last of Us, right?
Right.
The cordyceps fungus, it takes over, like it's ants, and it'll make an ant go high up in the tree. It takes over his brain, and it makes it go high in the tree, and then it stays there, dies, and then the cordyceps comes out of his head, bursts and sends the spores out further. Right? So the cordyceps can take over things. So the reason why it can't take over human beings is because the cordyceps has a specific temperature it has to live at. Right? It can't live, we're normally 98.6 degrees. It can't live, that's too hot. It can't live in that hot environment.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
But that's what The Last of Us was saying. The Last of Us was saying, well, what if they adapt?
Right.
So they
because of the environment.
Right, the environment forced them to adapt to the warmness, and so then they could take us.
Good job, yeah. She said, I love milkshakes, especially strawberry, but I know if I drink one, I'm going to be paying for at least 2 days, so I stay away maybe once every couple of years. I might give in though. That's good. I used to be addicted to ice cream and all types of chocolate. Last time I used to eat a pack of Reese's Family, and this was when I was eating healthy, supposedly. So I know what it is to go through that. Sugar, like I said, the most addictive drug, neurotoxin on the earth. So don't take it lightly, and don't take the damage that it does lightly.
Yeah,
that's the most serious part of it. It's not it's not what you feel immediately. It can have long-term effects. The way sugar damages everything from your brain to your bones to your nervous system.
And one thing that I'm always telling, like my grandmother, for instance, when I live with my grandmother, so her habits sometimes influence my son. So I have to talk to her about them. I mean, I love her, but she's only going to listen so much. But I feel like I have to do more because her habits can influence my son. And I tell her in front of him, like, we don't know what this is doing to us. We think we know, but because it doesn't kill us immediately, doesn't mean it's not having an effect on us. Taking all these medications, having all these different disorders popping up here and there, those are side effects from the things that we're eating. It's just that we are not taught to associate them, because when we're going to the doctor, they're not telling us that. We think that everything we're eating is cool. We just got to take this pill now, But I mean, those are the things that happen to you. All that little stuff is what's happening to you from this diet.
Baba made a great point when he was on Ride Home the other day, and it's you can't trust really Western medicine to diagnose you properly a lot of times, and the lens that he talked. Every one of these professions or they have their own lens that they're looking through. Every one of these, and so the chiropractor is looking from a chiropractor's lens. So, you just need to be adjusted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not holistic.
Right. The guy that the people that just looking at your nervous system, the people just looking at your digestive. So, that's just
psychologist.
Right. The psychologist. That's a good point. Oh yeah, that's just anxiety that you're having. You're having a stroke.
Right.
But the chiropractor thing,
you're having a heart attack, and then the psychologist talking about his anxiety. So, and they don't cross-reference each other, all of that, because Western medicine is not holistic.
Right. So you'll be wondering why you're craving chocolate, and the doctor says, "Oh, you just have some chocolate," and you won't know as you really are iron deficient at the point, and your B12 is at a all-time low. And if you have sex and mate at that time, your chances of having a child that may have some type of birth defect dealing with mental issues is at a high. See, we don't even think like that.
So, Stickman said he went to the doctor, had gout, right?
Wow.
And he said it was bad. The doctor said, we'll give you this pill. He said, stop eating this and this. He said, oh, no, eat whatever you want. We'll give you this pill for it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not just him. That's all these people with high blood pressure. And I mean, there's tons of people with high blood pressure. No one is really trying to change their diet.
And I have high blood pressure and have to change my diet. Look, on high blood pressure, you say, well, I take the medicine controls it.
Right.
If you if you manifested high blood pressure in 1987, you still taking the pills today. The pill ain't cure shit. You still have high blood pressure. It ain't cure shit. And you make yourself feel better. Say, well, I'm keeping it under control with the medicine. Right. You're being controlled.
With the medicine.
Right. When
I would take the medicine out of my backpack, me and the wife go out of town or something, and I would go into depression. So it's not good for your mind. I'm looking at the amount of medicine I'm taking. And I would say, and I said, see, this is what I'm talking about when I say it makes my whole day go down. She said, oh my God, we got to do something. And the doing something is you got to work out and you got to eat better. And you may have, I'm not telling nobody that don't take your medicine. But I'm telling you, it ain't curing you. I am telling you that. It's not curing a goddamn thing. Western medicine is not made to cure anything. It's made to have you on medicine, be under control, so you still have the sickness. So they're drug peddlers, and if you stop doing them drugs, your ass can now have a rebound effect and die. Right. So they got you caught on it. See, so just know, man, that before you, if you feel, my pressure's going up, control that now. Start eating better and working out. And when say eating better, ask people what eating better is. Because a lot of times people say eating better, and they'll just come with their own. I won't eat the skin on the chicken. That's eating better. That's not eating better. I won't eat chocolate milk. I'll just drink white milk.
Well, no, I'm gonna fry my chicken in peanut oil.
Right,
right,
exactly.
Put it in the air fryer.
Right.
Air fryer, boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, fat people all over. I'm sorry. People got so happy when that air fryer came out. They said, I can still fry chicken in the air fryer, and it's healthy now. No, it's never going to be healthy. It's no healthy sugar. It's no healthy. Potato chips. It's no healthy junk food. It's junk.
Right.
So be true to yourself.
There's a song that came out. People, I'm a junk food junkie, and it became a hit, right? And I said, Mom, isn't that talking about just eating food to die? I was a little boy. I'm like, so isn't that? She said, yeah, that's exactly what a junk food junkie is. Because she grew up, of course, eating home cooked meals. And in those home cooked meals, one key, they were eating meat. But meat wasn't the main thing on that plate. You look at a plate now, you got a little bit of vegetable here, and a big old meat right there. They weren't eating like that.
And they were a lot more active.
A lot more active. The portion was smaller, and the meat didn't have 332 steroids. So it's a totally different thing. That's the amount.
And didn't have a lot of sugar. When the Yalagoon went over to went to Nigeria, right? She was 14 years ago, right? And been going twice a year since, except COVID, during that time. Every time she go, too much sugar. They don't eat sugar like that. Now, they eat too much starch. So you see them with them big old bellies and stuff. But when so I know a doctor that was here. He he only eats African food. He said when he got off the plane from here, he said also the environment is poison here. He got off the plane into Nigeria, took his blood pressure, it was down 10 points. 10 points. He said even eating what they eat a lot of pounded yam. That's a lot, pressure is still going down though. They don't eat as much rice except they do that for Americans. Okay. They eat a lot of pounded yam, cassava, things like that, right? So, but it's very starchy, right? But they're still healthy. They don't eat as much sugar.
Right. That sugar is the big thing, and the chemicals.
And they'll say this is sweet. They give you chin chin. Chin chin is little. It's a little, or puff puff. They give it's a little fried. It's fried, but it's a little thing like this big. Each one of them, right? You eat a little snack, chin chin. You eat the chin chin, and they say, man, it's sweet. And when I first ate the chin chin, it's all bland. Oh God, I need some sugar. I was really like that. Now I eat chin chin. Damn, this is good. It's sweet.
Change your own.
Right. So I'll eat as much sugar, and so that's sweeter to me.
Salt affects that.
A lot of people, us that are on medication right now, I just want to say it's things that you have to take. Don't feel. You got to take certain things right now until you can't, or some things you may have to take. Just remember, find something to take for your liver, like a milk thistle tea or something natural for a liver detox.
Yeah, because your liver's working when you take the medicine.
Any medicine, any capsule that you take. I don't even care if you're taking a multivitamin. If it's in a capsule form, it's working on your liver. So you need to make sure that you're taking care of your liver. Liver damage is a big issue in our community. We damage our liver with pills, with alcohol, with drugs, toxicities, and different things of that nature.
The environment too.
The environment itself, metals, all type of things really do a lot of work on these organs of ours. So.
It's funny and growing up, once I learned that, I was always a person that if I fought, I'm going for your body anyway. But oh my God, you always hear me talk about hitting the liver. I attack the liver so much because it's so weak and septic. Now, boom, hit it, and now you got just poison leaking inside your body. That's one of my favorite places to hit. Yeah. When they were on Earn Your Liberation, which comes on Fridays on Black Power Media. So make sure you watch it, right? 8 in the morning. They were talking towards the end of one of the episodes. They said, some boxers like to do a lot of kidney shots. I know you're talking about liver shots. Mm-hmm. The kidney shots. Isn't it illegal to hit to the kidney? No, not legal in boxing. I said they're talking about liver shots. So you aren't supposed to purposely hit somebody in the liver in boxing. You can in MMA. And I do it in real life anyway. Well, you may hit somebody. I don't think they disqualify you for it, right? Now they do disqualify you for hitting to the kidney because that's in the back. Yeah. You're hitting around, rabbit punching.
Definitely on.
But you can hit if you can get the liver and hit it, which either it's your left hand or your knee, which I prefer using, right? Elbow, I hit with the palm when I'm turning, to a throat, that kind of thing. When I do a ghost step or whatever, y'all always see me, pop, slap the body when I'm stepping past the person, right? To turn around because I'm hitting the liver. So the liver is a great place to take care of your liver, but know that the liver is a great target against even a healthy liver. Mm-hmm. You can shut the person down, but a poison liver like most people have, oh God, it's great to attack the liver. So now we're about to get into, I'm always thinking, what did people do before all these chemicals and pills came around? It may sound like I'm joking, but I think people died healthier decades ago. Yeah, of course. Yes. The only burgers and fries and shakes I'll eat are from the Clubber Lane burger franchise. That would be dope. That motto. What is our prediction for dinner? Yum. That'd be dope. All right, so we're about to get into it.
A whole GIF right there.
That would be a great GIF. We're about to get into head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We're going to start off first how to protect yours, and then we'll deal with attacking, okay?
All right.
How to use it for combat. Somebody just texted me, they watching the show.
It was the funniest thing was what we were doing just now. Somebody texted Barbara, they said my name. I couldn't see what they were saying, but they said my name. I wanted to be nosy and be like, what did they say about me?
So
We're getting set up.
Get me like.
So we're getting our advanced video setup happening.
Could you please put this on here?
The whirlwind of death is taking off her earrings. That means she's getting ready to throw down. You know, when sisters take their earrings off,
Listen,
they're about to go. Earrings, and they kick off their shoes too.
I'll never forget the dude that was going to fight me in elementary named Brett.
Oh no, he took his earrings off.
No, he took it. He was so popular till he started rolling up his sleeves, and the dude said, "Oh, Brett rolling up his sleeves. Brett rolling up his sleeves." I got extra scared then, boy. I ain't gonna lie, boy.
That's where you go when you rolling up.
Right, while he's rolling up his sleeves.
I was frozen stiff, y'all. I'll tell y'all the story one day.
What you do is while you roll his sleeve, you push his head back and you bite. You bite the chunk out. You spit it on his shoe. What you want to do, Brad? They're like, oh, you killed Brad.
I was in the 5th grade, and I swear to y'all.
You see how funny it is?
That's crazy. That's fucked up. Oh God, I gotta see somebody. Oh God.
Are we gonna need Bobby?
No, we don't need him.
Okay.
Cody, get your ass out of here. Cody, get your ass out of here talking about your more. So, now,
That's funny.
get into it. Dealing with the head first. So we're talking about head, shoulders, knees, and toes. How to use your head to protect yourself. Okay. So in this instance, now we dealt with headbutt, so this won't be headbutt. As a matter of fact, you talk to her. So he's aggressing her here. Because we talked about how to use it to protect another person too, your head. Okay. So while he's aggressing, now see this.
Put my hand because I was
I'm
talking
coming up on him. My hand grabs here. I reach in and grab here. I pull that to my chest. Then it's my head that is going to control. It's here. So now, she can do whatever she's gonna do, right? So I'm controlling with my head. Another thing that happened, and I had to do this once, and it was one of the scariest things in my life. Do it with a knife. I think I was talking about the big dude, blah blah blah. Who ended up grabbing me, but first I grabbed him, so people getting threatened. Same thing. You're here. Stay there. Now she's grabbing to help, but in this instance, because we train together to help each other, right? Go ahead, take him. So he's saying tap tap because it hurts.
Yeah.
Now on that, so I'm using my head, pressing my head in his shoulder, in the back of his shoulder. Okay. If you're shorter, you can grab him and do it. Grab him from behind. Do it.
Oh,
No, grab his arms like I just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's still, you see, she's not at his shoulder. Her head is more, it's more down here. But she can still control him here. Okay? With the head. Move him around. So she can still control him. Okay? So if you're shorter, you can be more down here on the arm. But stay right in the pocket at his underarm. Don't go under the underarm in there, but just right there on that arm, right in that area. Okay. If you're really short, you could push on his back or his kidney area, but I would say do something else than that short.
Yeah, be that short.
All right, so now what she was doing was helping out in this instance too, we're in a disagreement. He goes to fire off on me or fire off on you. Remember the covers. So the firing off, right? Cover, grab. So I grab him around his body. So I'm here. And I pull that to my hips. Now me, because I'm trained, I'm buckling his body, but you don't have to say if you don't know how. You just hold on. My face is here, so it's harder for him to fire off.
Yeah, I can't get no punches off like that.
Now, only Nikki can help me. So I'm using my head to press against him, by the way, pulling him in. And the closer your hips are to his, the better. You step to him or you pull him to you with your
come off balance.
Okay. But she grabbed him to help me. She grabs him to help me. Okay. Now at this point, I come up. Now this is because we're trained to do this. I come up to his neck and now I control his head. His head is now pressed his ear to my shoulder. I still have my hand around his waist. Okay. Now, after I've done that, I can take my hand. I've got his head pressing my shoulder. She's got him lock his wrist. When she locks his wrist, you got it? Yeah. So when she locks his wrist, press on a little bit. Yeah, tap. That hurts. I now can sneak my hand around. I can grab his arm on this side.
Let's move this way so they can see.
Y'all can see now this way. So I'm grabbing his arm. I don't just grab it and push it. I use my head to keep him controlled, moving that way, off balance. Now I reach down with my other hand, grab his wrist. This hand goes to his tricep. I now turn my head around. We'll come around here, and now I'm controlling him with my head. She's got his wrist. If he tries to, get free or whatever, I bend this up, and now I got him, and now we got him. Okay, that's another way to use your head. Keep yourself safe. If those you don't have nobody to help you, you can hold on to him here with your head and put that. Can you grab that mat on Nikki? And we'll put that mat down. Oh, you just need one mat. Careful. I use my head in here. So I grab, I'm staying close, use my head. I step around, still using my head, and he goes down. That's using my head to push him down.
Yeah, there was no strength in his arms or anything. That was his head powering in.
Right.
Just driving me to the ground.
Pull his hips close to your hips. Keep your head pressed and just keep pushing your head up, like up and then down, right? So I'm moving at a diagonal up, step, and goes down.
The ground, I'd be in bad shape when I hit it.
Okay. So that's using your head for defense. Shoulder for defense. Say he grabs me instead. No, he grabs like that. Shoulder. So if I'm tall enough, I can slam, I can push him back, and then I can begin to attack him with my shoulder.
They do this in MMA a lot.
Just like a strike. But another thing I can do is if he grabs me, even if you're short, use your shoulder as a shoulder bump. Give yourself space because he doesn't have control of your hip. Give yourself space here and bump him off. That's the shoulder. That's called a shoulder bump. We use that quite often. If we're both skilled in the 50-50, it's definitely used, and then he starts to. So that's the shoulder bump. Okay. Or so you can shoulder bump up into a space. People knock people out with that. I wouldn't let myself get knocked out with that. I move while that was up. And so boom. It's a lot of power you can generate, right? And then the shoulder bump, when I'm bumping with, to move them away from me, I'm bumping them right in his chest, right there. Okay. It's right there. Boom. Try it on the knee. So you see, it's not just because I'm a larger person.
So, 50-50.
Give him the shoulder into his chest. Yes. Give it to him.
You holding me. That's why I ain't moving.
Right. Don't hold on to it. Right. See, and then
You shorter, it don't feel good. Shorter, my neck.
And then you can, so from there, boom, and then you can
Line
Yep, line up. Oh, right. So that would be to his throat instead.
Yeah. No.
That don't line mouth is actually throat. So you can shoulder bump, bump. If you're holding on to them, you can shoulder bump with that happy don't go nowhere.
Right.
So you just shoulder bump and then start doing whatever you do. Okay. So that's your shoulder, using that to attack the person. The second half of this is going to be attacking these body parts. But so that's shoulder, head, shoulder, knee. Now, to do a proper knee, you want to punch with your knee. Don't do the YMCA. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Your knee just coming up. Don't do that with your knee. So come in and be like, you don't want, YMCA teach you to grab the shoulders and then hi-ya! Until they groin.
No.
A much stronger knee. Number one, I'm not going to grab your shoulder. I may grab with one hand with that collar tie or whatever, right? But a proper knee is a punch. So it's summation of forces. I use the largest joint first. That's my hip. My hip. So I pump towards my target first. Then that drives my knee. If it's not moving my knee, I ain't got enough power in it, right? So hip, then the knee.
Yeah. It almost feel like you're not picking up your knee, you're picking up your hip. I think
Right, exactly.
You had us dragging our foot down the mat one time just to get that.
Right. So you're punching upward with your hip, and that drives the knee forward, right? So bring that down a little bit so that you see. So my hip comes forward, that brings my knee forward. Now, so I can do that either with the rear leg, or I can do it with the front, still the same leg. It was in the back. Now I can do it in the front as well, right? Today we just keep it simple. He grabs me. I don't want to be grabbed. Grab my lapel or whatever. I want to be grabbed. Like, God damn it.
You said lapel?
Well, this really doesn't have a lapel.
I was about to say.
Collar, really.
Big words for nothing.
So now I drive my knee. I can drive into his groin, right? So I'm push my hip forward. I punch forward with my knee, right? This hand really should stay up. Sometimes it may come down. I'm pulling down on his arm or what have you for balance, which you really shouldn't. I like to drive into the thigh. It's a larger target than the groin. Actually, I'm sorry, brothers, but it's true. Your thigh is bigger than your groin. If it ain't, you got a little skinny thigh. Because, boom, right?
You can knock someone out like that.
Yes, you can put them, we call that Jordan Power because they put your lights out. Boom! Student of mine kicked me right there. Knocked me out. And then I wake up. The femoral's here. This is the perineal nerve. Knocked me out. I wake up and he's yay cheering. He knocked me out, right? So that boom there, or to the groin, boom, or to the other knee, boom. Now that's the femoral nerve in there. Yeah. Cross light. Okay, so you can do it that way, or if I'm on my front, say if I'm a lefty, I'm on my front leg, I skip with this foot, boom, drive that into that nearest area. I would drive to the groin with that. Okay. You can do it that way. All right. So that's the knee.
Practice that knee, man. Because I hate seeing people do that.
Yeah.
Right
So
there.
punch with your knee.
Right.
Punch with your knee. Bring your hands up. Punch with your knee. You can pull down slightly. punch with your knee. Okay? Punch with your knee.
If you don't feel the
Now,
concept,
don't just rise it.
think about bringing your leg to your butt, your back of your heel when you throw that knee up like that to make you use your hip more too.
Right.
It'll help you.
Boom, throw, and keep walking. Boom.
Sometimes it's almost like you can't step back. You
Right.
have to bring yourself forward and keep
momentum.
going.
And that's another thing. Don't go boom, boom, retract. Boom, boom, unless you have to. It should be boom, you come forward on the person. Okay? Because you're going to drive them, so you come forward on them. That's knee. Okay. There are several ways to use. So this is a rear knee. My foot's in the back. Bring it down again. It's easier to see. It's easier to see this way. My foot's in the back. Rear knee. Now, my foot's in the front. This foot comes towards where my rear foot comes to where my front foot's at. And then I drive it, punch with it. I punch with it. Okay. It's almost like a skip. Punch with it. That's the front knee. Rear knee, right? Okay. Okay. Punch with your hip. Punch. And then front knee. Punch. Okay.
You feel that hip movement.
And then you got other knees, flying knees and things like that, which we won't get into. All you need is that rear knee or that front knee. That's all you need. Person grabs you, pop, right? Also, a dragging knee is great if we're in close. We're in close with each other, or arms around the body, whatever. Now I use my hip, and that just drive that into his groin, or into his thigh, or to the inside of his knee to buckle, right? So I'm pushing with my hip, boom, to drive that into him from close. And it definitely has striking power. Okay.
Is there a way to break a choke? I gotta say, this is more educational than the last 25 years with my stepdad.
So is it more a matter of getting the person choking you to have to tend to something else so they are forced to release? So yeah, we're gonna get into the chokehold in a minute. And I know why, because our dear brother Jason Neely was murdered by old boy, what's his name?
Oh, right, yeah.
And I deal with that whole thing also in my book that just came out today. It's called Our Blood No More. I had written that 2 years ago. I was, to be honest with you, afraid to bring it out because I was like this, doing that whole lockdown and everything. Mm-hmm. If they let it come out, because one of my books they didn't even let come out.
It was the name of one of our workshops, wasn't it?
Yes, I did that because I was afraid to bring the book out because I felt basically I'm dealing with us unifying and learning to fight back against white supremacy, against active shooters and things of that nature, right?
Okay.
And I specifically state we have to unify, train together so we can protect each other against white supremacy, global white supremacy. Okay? So I didn't bring the book out for a while, but it just hit me last night. Goddamn, this time, as I'm looking at what happened with me and everything, right? So I added that into the book about what went on, and brought it out because it always bothers me, but these motherfuckers are getting too bold. And when your opponent is getting really bold like that, then the only thing that's going to protect you, and we've been talking about that, is unity. Is unity. They got boldness in numbers, but they don't have. When Hurricane Katrina hit, a friend of mine, father lived there, and white dudes were coming through on boats shooting at them, using target practice. So those brothers and sisters in that neighborhood where her father lives, they got together, they were shooting back. And those bastards left and never came back. Okay. If they were able to come back. we have to, but one man by himself would have died or been severely injured. So we have to stand with each other. That's what. So we'll get to it in a second.
Swift and bold.
Ogun blesses the swift and the bold. Ogun, the god of iron and war. And you blesses the swift and the bold. So in you, that means you should move swift and bold, and you will bless yourself with success. So we did head, shoulders, knees, toe. So, well, how you use the toe in combat? Well, obviously it's the kick, right? So for us, we don't really do kicks. For us are incidental. They're not accidental. They're incidental. It happens in the midst of our flow. Okay. So this dude talking, and he's like this, standing all wide legged and well, that's just I gotta kick him in his groin.
I'm saying, bro.
I can't take advantage of that. I mean, I gotta take it, but I can't just like, oh boy, let me punch him.
Don't they be like this doing that now? They be
Right.
So what's up, son?
With that, now toe. My toe simply goes up towards. I want my toe to go behind his butt. I want my toe to go behind his butt. I want to scratch his kidneys with my toe. That means I'm driving my shin into his groin. The way you practice that, do not practice with your come here, son.
Don't practice with me.
So you practice that by going off a little bit to the side to kick.
Can't you wear like a cup or something?
Cups don't work. It don't stop. Right. That's it. You can still so you go up to the side, up to the side, up. I'm driving my toe up in between. Boy, and don't say, well, I can get with hey sissy, your sister or your wife. She don't have testicles. Yeah, but she can still be hurt by that kick. So it's here. Boom. Boom. You can practice off to the side. Then when you combat, you go up.
I'm scared.
You just go up. That's the way you do with that. Okay?
So, question, Bob. Does that kick? You keep camera like it was for a second. So that kick goes like this and not like that with my toes.
No, hell no.
This was that.
Yeah, this here. If you should bend your knee, bend your knee.
Okay.
No, put your foot on the ground and bend your knee as I'm kicking, and I run into that. Bad day for my toes. So no.
Yeah, don't kick like you see the people on.
No, even with shoes on, don't kick with your toe. Your foot's up. Even when you're doing a knee on that, if I knee to the inside of his leg, stand in position. I don't point my toe. See how we see that. I don't come around here so they can see my foot come around. When I kick, I don't point my toe if I kick in his leg. Y'all see my foot like that?
Yeah.
When I throw it, it's not a knee, but a round kick. When I throw a round kick, my foot's up, so it goes in them heavier.
It moved me just now.
Right.
Different energy.
My toe is up because we're not dealing with sport that's down like that. It's up. Boom. Yeah.
It's different energy when you do that, for real too.
And it protects your toes. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure when you're kicking, all you're doing this is as simple as ever. Still summation of forces. I bring that hip forward and then just bring the knee up. That's all I'm doing.
It makes sense. If my foot was flat, then the energy wants to go outwards versus going up. The energy
Right,
keep
go
going.
up. Boom.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
That's why I said you want to massage his kidneys with your toe. Oh, you drive that way up. Okay. So that's with your toes. Simple kick. Simple toe kick.
For those of you who don't have a partner, man, you may want to invest in a Cody.
Bob, yeah.
Bob or
Cody.
Cody.
You can kick him up in here.
Yeah, you can kick him like that real good. You take all those kicks. And,
All right.
and you get to see what you look like kicking hard, as powerful as you can.
Right, exactly. And your knees. You can knee him.
Mm-hmm. He gets all the work.
The headbutts we worked on. Now, so that's head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, well,
How do we attack those things? Well, the head, we know that's eyes, nose, mouth, ears. Y'all see me do the slap to the ears.
Oh,
Okay, it's bad.
the worst.
You know to strike the nose, but really don't say poke the eye because you can't practice that. You're going to practice that twice with a dumb partner.
Yeah.
And that's it for that. Striking the mouth, you can, but that you may knock out his teeth. You're not killing the person with that. You're not stopping them. Yeah, you can control this. That's beautiful about the nose. So the one thing about the head we're going to do with this while we're showing the choke. So first I'm going to show you the rear naked choke. I don't know, put it on there because I'm going to hit one of the keys. Rear naked choke. I'm bringing, and this is what was that boy's name, the white boy's name who choked out Neely? God, dog.
Oh, let me plug the charger in real quick, bro. What you looking for?
That's what I'm looking for, the charger.
Oh, this is the chargers? Oh, okay. For the
No,
oh, you don't have his charger. Do you have the charger with you, bro?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, yeah.
Finish bag.
Okay.
Excuse us for charging the computer.
Okay.
Just a second.
Ooh, because it's going down bad. Like my
my
son says, I'm down bad. He said, calls me and his mother, said, I'm down bad. That means he needs some money.
Cash app.
Right.
All right, and we're back.
All right, we're good. Is it charging? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. So, to get the rear naked choke,
I was trying to.
and let me see if anybody gave that name. Anybody know the name of that fool? Yeah, what's his name? Daniel Penny. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Get about Penny. That's about what he worked.
I want to know who the niggas that was beside him, holding the guy the whole time.
Exactly.
That's what important.
So, you want to bring
Excuse me, the Negro.
the pit of the bend in your elbow. Right.
Notice first how he got me to his height.
Right. So I did that by punching into his kidney. Now I bring this around. This should be under, so his chin should be
Right.
pretty much aligned with my elbow. Okay. This hand. Now he had it like this because the punk's terrible. He really wasn't that skilled, but he's been trained by somebody. But you put this hand on your bicep.
This is a secret, y'all. Don't tell nobody this.
Put your hand on the bicep, and this hand here, I want to look at my palm, and it goes behind his head.
A lot of folks don't know that.
And then, now I'm about to put it on you, so
I got you.
yeah, it's not gonna be long. I want to breathe in to expand my chest while I try to touch my elbows together. It's not going to happen because there's neck's between them. But this is a rear naked choke. That will knock him out in 3 to 10 seconds, 6 to 10 seconds. Okay, because he's healthy. 6 to 10 seconds, it will knock him out. This bastard held that shit for 3 minutes. He did that, so he's trained. I'm sure they trained him about that part.
Right, how long?
And so he knew to hold that on to murder this man. Punk. So you're not, you say, well, how do you get out of that? Once it's locked here, get out of it. He can't, he can't. That brother was screwed and he was on the floor. Now on the floor, this is your salvation to getting out of it. But you got to get before that's locked on. Once it's locked on, that's a lot of pressure, correct?
Correct.
So once they were on the floor. So this is how he could have gotten out of it. Sit down, put it on me. Sit down. No, this way.
It's down too.
Oh, yo, shit.
What's for me?
Hold on.
Drop this count a little bit.
Mhm.
Never mind. Because we'll just drop this, just lower the camera. We'll just take this off.
Right. So we're bringing it into configuration 2. Okay. All right, you can sit there. Well, actually, yeah, sit there and then I can face the camera or whatever. So now, let me get here.
All right.
He was here.
Like this.
Now,
put it on you?
No, not yet. So he's like this. Before he let him lay back, he has to control his arm.
Yep.
So he's trying to put that lock on my neck. You just put your hand there. Put that hand there. If you're not that strong, put two hands there.
It can happen.
You say, that's the number one thing. But he's really going for it, right? And this hand is getting weak. Oh, Lord. And he's about to come up. Now, this, he ain't got nothing there.
Right.
But it's cool. I can control it. I think he had one leg there. Now, if they lock both their legs like this, if they lock both their legs, cross their ankles, that's an amateur.
Right.
And so that's why I need to see his legs. I can tell you how much training he has. Because if he does that,
yeah.
like he's saying tackles, I can snap his ankles.
Yeah.
So if you're trained, you're not going to do that. You use these as hooks.
Yeah.
But when he uses those as hooks, he's getting ready to choke me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sit forward. I grab his toe. Here's another toe attack. I put my elbow in right here in the inside. That's called crack bite. I'm on the femoral nerve. You just put it there. You'll be on the femoral nerve. He's going to pull me into the choke. He's saying tap, tap, tap because it hurts.
Two things hurt at the same time.
And go ahead, really try.
Tap, tap. No, sir. That's
so I'm pulling on that crack bite is hurting so bad.
Yeah, it's bad. I want to try again just to see, but I ain't that inquisitive. I ain't that curious.
Oh, okay. So that's one way. If it was out here and he's getting the choke, you fighting, he's about to get it. Go for it. Go. Take it.
Ah, shit. Hell no. I don't want it.
So that's how you get out of that choke. Once it's fully on, you can still do that, but your chances are slim. You got seconds.
Toe hold. That's toe hold?
No. So it's just a lock here. For me, it's a toe hold because I know what I'm doing, but
man, that's pretty.
It's really not. So it's a cross there. That locks there, and then I just put the locks in. Okay. So
see that on camera. You
can get out like that. There's a video of Akimbola trying his best to choke me, and I get out every time like that. Okay. This has to be practiced, and this is why we have to do a Warrior Class Our Blood No More tour. It's got to happen now. Yeah. Because so we can actually show people how to do it, monitor what they're doing. All right. So that's how you get out of that, Yapo and everybody else. Now you say, okay, we're laying back and he's got it on me. Don't put it on fully yet. All right. And lay back. So now, see, this is why it's harder because
I'm stressed out.
But he has me stressed out, but he doesn't have control of my legs. So if his legs are on me, I just bring that to myself. Take the choke, do the choke.
That right there is too painful, man.
Okay.
Golly.
So you can lift your leg to bring his foot to you. Uh-oh. Lost it again. So you can bring his leg to you. That's how you will get out of that choke. The reason why that fits for this episode is because we're dealing with head, shoulders, knees, and toes, where your neck is between your head and shoulders. Right? Your neck is what gives your head and shoulders meaning. So that's how you would do that.
Thank you very much.
I am so sorry, y'all. I have got to go.
Okay.
Gotcha. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, so make sure you stay chiseled. Stay chiseled while you're out there on the knee.
Most definitely.
All right.
Now, so to do the rear naked choke, that's the way to attack the head.
And we've shown how to escape the rear naked too. Did we show that?
No, we showed how to escape the singular arm choke.
Okay.
So the rear naked is more difficult because it's two arms. The singular choke, you can attack the head too. That is easier to get out of because you put both fingers here and pluck down. So I don't have that choke on your neck anymore. I can still be trying it, right? And then you have to get out from there. So that's how you would do that. All right. So that to attack the head, choke it. Of course, you can slap the ears. You can always punch to the jaw. That's simple. Most people head hunt. The head is the hardest bone on the body, so it's not the smartest thing to attack. If you're going to attack the head, attack the neck, because if you put a choke on the neck, rear naked would have you. It's bad because rear naked just used to murder our brother. But if you use that, what happens is the blood, oxygen-rich blood, is trying to get to the brain. You're denying it. That's why the person passes out 6 to 10 seconds. And if you hold that shit like Daniel Penny did to Neely, to Jason Neely, if you do that and hold it that many minutes, you have at best cause severe brain damage. At best. Okay. Then it's he put him in a recovery position after he choked him.
Recovery from what?
You right, recovery from death. We're gonna resurrect. Fuck you. He held him for 3 minutes. He murdered him, and because people don't know, you can run that lie. That's a goddamn lie. He murdered him. If I hold you in any lock for 3 minutes, I've done permanent damage. But a lock that denies you of oxygen, I've murdered you. So, you know, you fall for that shit if you want to. At one point, I wanted to be a person that spoke in court about that kind of shit when they were live, but I knew they wouldn't bring me into no court.
Closing the arguments.
Right, they wouldn't bring me in for that. But any attorneys, if you want that, because I am an expert in what I do, then and that's verifiable, you can bring me on the stand, and I would love to destroy that dude, Daniel Penny. In fact, you can let Daniel Penny out. I think he is out. You can let him out and just let me be in a room with him for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, the same amount of time. 3 minutes. Let's see who walks out of there. Because now, Daniel Penny, you got somebody that can defend themselves. You're trying to choke, you punk bastard. You know, he's a person that trained to kill black folk. Dude was just talking about he's hungry, needs something to drink, something to eat. He wasn't like threatening to beat up people or nothing. And this punk, who the goddamn white media is saying he's a hero, they mock him as a hero while he murdered our brother right there. And then you bitch ass punk, who the black dude who held this man on leg, whatever he is.
I want his name to come out.
He needs his ass whooped.
Daniel
Penny needs to be beat to sleep, but that punk needs his ass whooped. I'm right here, and if y'all know who it is, goddamn it, tag him in this. Let him see this video, and we are at on Mondays. I always tell you, chumps, on Mondays we're train or die. Come in and train or die. I don't like no punk ass dude, man. I don't like no punk ass dude. And you help this white boy murder your brother, you ain't shit.
I hope you having nightmares about that at the very least. Every night.
I hope you're resting in piss.
I hope that bothers you.
Won't have two other people to help him. Yeah, so Penny was trained and knew what he was doing. Exactly. And involuntary manslaughter, right? That's bullshit.
Can we feed him to a wood chipper feet first?
Right, yeah. Because the wood chipper put a real choke on your ass.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, so it was
all right.
Attacking the head.
Attacking the head, now the shoulder.
Could you sit us that? Sit right here? Yeah, 160 on
the box. Be careful that not adapter with the charge don't fall out. All right, now shoulders. So, and excuse me for being so rude. You got your children watching. I called that brother a bitch. I called him a bitch. I'm sorry that I called him a bitch. All right, so now Now, to attack the shoulder, okay, to get here. Say he throws a punch. Once I knock that down, he throws the punch, I knock it down, run to it, so I'm safe from this other punch, and I'm here. Now, once I'm here, remember you use your head too, so your head's over here, so you can't get the punches off. Now, I use this hand to roll his elbow towards me. I use it to roll his elbow towards me. I just push my hand forward.
That little thing right there.
I roll his elbow towards me, push my hand forward towards his opposite shoulder. Once I do that, I come around and I put my hand in here. Do not let his hand touch his back. That's giving too much relief. So kind of shoot your hand forward to keep that off. And now go thigh to thigh with him. And now I just turn away from my brother or whoever it is. And he's tapping because that is locking his shoulder. Okay. Do it again. And people say, you can't do it. You can from many positions. Yeah. This is one of my favorite techniques. So he punches, oh, knock it down. He punches, oh, I'm using a C hand to just knock that down. And then I run at it because I don't want him to hit me with the other fist. I don't want to be hit. I'm an old dude. Wait, give it to me. Boom! Run at it. Okay, and now from here, roll that elbow to you as I push this other hand to his opposite shoulder. Here. And he's saying tap, tap because I got him caught. If I don't want him to come towards me to relieve that, I can just put that hand right there and then go, or I can just leave my hand there. And so now you turn towards me. He goes right into their hand. So I can leave my hand there like that. I'm just laying it there. And I turn towards you. He's going to tell you that because it's locking that shoulder. Okay? They'll dislocate his shoulder.
Big one will just flip or try to roll over.
Right. He wants to try to roll. You can just keep him there with that hand. He's not going nowhere. His shoulder dislocates. Okay. You can do that from your back. I'm down here. He's in between. He's trying to take advantage of you. Or whatever, right? So he goes to grab your neck or whatever it is he wants to do. You cover yourself. You cover yourself. So you knock this off. He's about to try to punch me, right? So I'm covering myself. You bastard! And, knock it off. So I'm here. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, right there.
And I'm right here. I put that to my thigh. After I put it to my thigh, now I would get up and roll them, but you may not have that energy. You may, not be feeling too good. Or, like people used to like to say they weak, they're out of shape here. They don't say that no more. I'm happy. Mm-hmm. But sit up and put your arm around his arm. I'm going behind his tricep. Sit up and just throw it in there. Put it on your chest. See me? Put it on your chest. Now you can lay back. I got him. Now I can grab this. Put your leg here so you don't roll over. And now I can grab my own wrist. He's figure forward now. So I can use both hands. So I just push them towards his opposite shoulder. He's saying tap, tap, tap because I got him. Okay, so once again, he's in between. I'm like, hey, don't do this to me. I get that one hand. This other, I come across his face, so in case he throws the punch, he can't get it. And then I bring that down behind his tricep. I grab my own wrist.
Gotta get my balance.
Put my foot up there, and now I crank that. Okay? If you really want to get it, you push your hips up and crank it. That's a lot more pressure, but you can lay back and press that until help comes. Say help. All right, can you put that charger back in because it's low.
Oh my goodness. Shoulder work.
So that's shoulder.
So unfun. Yeah. There we go.
The knee. the knee. He's doing so with me. Now this foot comes, my heel hits, not my toe, my heel. Boom, hits. Boom, hits. Okay?
He would be stepping into that too.
The knee. Or boom, the other foot. Front foot, boom. Right? Rear foot more powerful, boom. I can go attack the other one. So that's what we do to the knee. We're attacking that with the heel. You want to stomp that like you would stomp on the ropes. You don't stomp on the ropes with your toe. Like that. You stomp on them with your heel. Or at least the middle of your foot. You can hit the middle of your foot, but I prefer heel. Okay? Practice that to keep your balance. Bend your knees. Okay?
Yeah.
Or hold on to them. Huh! Kick. Okay?
Yeah. No, just
So that's with the knee. If we were on the ground, it's another thing which I ain't gonna do. I ain't showing you.
come to class.
Yeah, because
Knee
going back,
bars.
you're not gonna do knee bars. You're not gonna do that. But you can't kick to his knee, or you can throw a knee right above his knee.
Right,
Don't throw it right on the knee. Throw it right above his knee.
Mm.
You can also, when we dealt with the knees, okay? So I can use my knee to attack his knee. That's knee. Toes. Now with toes, two things. One, he's talking. And any of my students know I get on their toe in a minute.
Yeah.
And bah! Right? While the energy go down there, they get hit up top. So you can stomp the toe, boom, and then give it to him. Okay. Stomping the toe, that's pure distraction. Now, when I was asked earlier, what was it, ankle lock against the rear naked choke. Okay. You can ankle lock if that person has you in a certain position, or if you throw them. So one thing when I was young, I used to always do, if I threw the person, I'm not gonna throw you off. I throw the person, bang, and that foot comes up. That's normally how it does. I would always grab that, put that under my arm,
Here we go.
put his toe under my arm,
This is my unfavorite
lock behind
thing to do to my leg.
his Achilles tendon. Put this hand on his knee. Grab my wrist. Step close to him. And arch my back.
That is nasty, boy.
So I put that there. Under
That's
my
so
arm.
simple.
Lock to his Achilles tendon. Grab my wrist. My hand's here. It don't have to be at the knee. It can be on the shin.
Man. God damn.
I want to close. See, you want to tap now. I want to get close to him.
I don't like that shit. That thing. Oh.
And then I just arch my back.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Dislocate that.
That is nasty. It feels good when we first do it. On the
So I'm
side.
attacking his toe, which attacks his ankle.
Whew.
Okay. So that's head, shoulders, knees, and toes. How to defend against it, how to, or use it to attack, not defend, use it to attack an opponent, and how to attack it.
In 45 minutes, this man just shows you how to whip ass from head to toe. You can't appreciate that. I don't know what to say. That's just crazy. That's crazy.
So,
Head to toe, man.
make sure you're playing this again and again and again.
Yeah, bro.
There's other ways to get a hold of their leg where you use an ankle. And there's several ankle locks.
Trust.
Just I know I do too many ankle
I
locks.
don't have enough ankles for this shit. We ain't got no time for this shit. Hey. You bring your ankles. You want to see more ankle? More ankle shit? Come on, man.
Yeah, bring your ankle. Or, bring us into your. Yeah, you do have a fresh ankle. Can you put that mat right there?
Oh yeah, good ankle people. Come on down.
And he has ankles that they don't hurt that bad.
Oh yeah, you got young ankles.
He got young ankles.
30 young
So
ankles.
he's down. So now
30 ankles. That's
if
30 young.
he's down, one way to get his toe
Talk to me.
is we down here. So we fighting. And he know how to defend himself. So he got his covers up like this bastard. And so I grab here. Now once I grab and put this under my arm, I lay here. I can lay out here or here. I lay with this leg between his legs. Bring that up. This traps that one. Okay. And now, let's come around this way so they can see what I'm doing to you. So put your head down there.
I want to do that in the fight one day. Turn this way.
So we're here.
See what I'm doing to you.
Back. He's defending himself. Back. I grab here, lay. Put this in between, put this here. So I have that trap there. I grab my own wrist at the bottom, and then I just arch back. Then my arm is that's a heel hook. Well, it's not a heel hook. That is an ankle lock where I'm at his Achilles tendon.
Yeah. Can you call it a calf cutting ankle lock?
It does both. Yeah. Now a heel hook. If I got into that same position here, I'm here.
It's so pretty.
And see, you ready to tap already. I'm at his heel. You see where I'm at? Can they see that?
They see it. They see it.
I'm behind. So
Right
here,
behind
he's under his toes under my arm. I go under his foot.
So see how the toes tucking down, going in the opposite direction right there? That's uncomfortable.
And then I lift that. So that's attacking the toes. Head, shoulder, knees, and toes.
That feels so crazy against that knee like that.
And I got him in that after he accidentally broke my son's toe.
I was gonna post that too. You kept doing, put me in there. I'm trying to talk like, that was painful.
So that's head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Questions?
Any questions?
Single leg loss. You can call it that. Yep, single leg toss, something like that.
Gentile killer word class. You better armor up your couch and defend from there. Oh, if I'm on the couch, I got something right there for that moment. He was ready to tap out while you were just talking about it. Yes, exactly. It's painful. The ankle, once you grab those toes, whew, it's called a toe. Some people call that a toe lock. It's bad.
Not good at all. Not good at all. And this was just dealing with, if of course you realize by now, this was dealing with head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It's dealing with using those, not attacking with any tools, just attacking with those actual, with just hands and feet and shoulders, heads, and toes. So if you haven't picked that up yet, we know to use what we got.
If you have a tool on you, of course. And there are ways to do these locks with tools too, but that I'm not showing here. You have to come to class. All right. Any questions? All right. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you watch this. Make sure you, make sure you share it with friends. Mash that like button.
Make sure you have a wonderful Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. For all of the men, make sure you do something for your mothers. For all the people who mothers no longer with them, we send our prayers to you, our thoughts to you, for everybody. Make sure you shout out and look out for your folks who are going through this time right now. So.
And if you don't celebrate Mother's Day, cool.
Then fuck you, man.
Just don't attack other people who do. Don't attack other people who do that to honor their mother. Me, I don't believe in no Western holidays, but believe me, I'll be calling my mama tomorrow.
Yep, also holidays.
The cost of me saying hell with that is my mother's tears, and never am I gonna cause my mother tears. So I'll be calling her tomorrow, and I'll be giving my wife something. Even she's not my mother. I'm sure she'd be expecting her children to give her something. Now, and Jamie is big on that, so she'll definitely. I'm sure she's getting her something. But also check us out tomorrow at 6 p.m. for African Spiritual Resistance. So we'll still be coming on African Spiritual Resistance. Even if you're out with your mama, you and your mama watch the show together.
There you go. It's Mother's Day present.
There you go. Because we may say something in honor of the mothers tomorrow. Tomorrow's about what is Ori. But would you even have Ori if you didn't have a mother? All right, y'all. Love y'all. We got Haitian Mother's Day too at the end of the month. Dope. Like George Jackson said, every day is Mother's Day. Absolutely. Thank you, Sandra Edwards. She said this was great. Thank you. Thank everybody. Another great show. Thank you for this. That was Emmanuel. Briggs. Thank everybody. I'll be buying your next book by 1,000 Ways for Me to F You Up. That's a good title. 1,001 Ways for Me to F You Up. That's a good title. All right,
that might be
y'all.
the show title. That's good for a movie or something right there.
Right.
I like that.
All right, y'all. So be safe out there.
Definitely.
Love y'all. Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. Peace.
1,000 ways to F somebody up. I like that.